All right, welcome back to the channel. Get to talk about women's boxing because of the future great Claressa Shields. Now, Claressa Shields and another fighter who was at a time my favorite female fighter, Laila Ali, have been going back and forth in the media. Laila Ali says she's the A side to this, and Claressa Shields says, no, I'm the A side on this. If they were going to make a fight, personally, I think that they should make the fight, but that A side issue, hey man, it's the time where everybody's quarantined. So let's have a slightly silly discussion, but it's one that I think is relevant about who the A side is and how that fight should pop off, because I certainly hope that it does. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. So, Claressa T-Rex, the real deal, GWOAT, greatest woman of all time, has been in a war of words with Laila Ali and also Cecilia Brækhus, who I believe is, definitely a surefire Hall of Famer. Cecilia Brækhus, and who is the longest reigning, most dominant. I don't know if she's probably not the longest reigning champion in female boxing, even though I should look up for that. I should look to that because there's a chance that she is the longest reigning. But she's definitely been the unified, undisputed champion for a whole lot of fights. Well, when Cecilia Brækhus and Claressa Shields were going back and forth, Cecilia Brækhus put up a video, a conversation, a picture of her with Laila Ali and said, the real GWOAT, Laila Ali. And Laila Ali was also on, I think she might've been Sway in the morning. She was probably in the Breakfast Club, but Laila Ali was also doing a lot of talking about, hey man, if Claressa Shields want to fight, make the money, right? And then she'll get out there and fight her, but she ain't getting out there and fight her unless it's millions of dollars, right? Can't hate on Laila Ali for self-promotion, man, and trying to get that money. She's about that. The Claressa Shields is like, nah, I'm the two-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm the unified champion. I'm the A side. I'm the A side in this equation. This is how I look at it. Claressa Shields and Laila Ali is a 50-50 fight if there's ever been one. 50-50 straight down the middle. Because Claressa Shields is in a little bit of the same situation as the great Deontay Wilder. By the way, I'm gonna start referring to him as the great Deontay Wilder because people need to understand that is exactly what that dude is. Tyson Fury won that last fight. Hey man, George Foreman lost to Muhammad Ali. He's still a great fighter. Even though I am not comparing Tyson Fury to Muhammad Ali. Mike Tyson lost to James Buster Douglas. He's still a great fighter. He lost to Evander Holyfield. He's still a great fighter. He's lost to Lennox Lewis, and he is still the great Mike Tyson. It is what it is. Deontay Wilder is the great Deontay Wilder. Now, Claressa Shields has something in common with the great Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was in a position where he really could not necessarily get the fight that he wanted to get. So he had to create his own lane. That was Deontay Wilder trying to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua did not want to fight him. Shoot, there's a whole bunch of people that didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder fairly. In my imagination, nobody has wanted to fight Deontay Wilder fairly yet, right? One guy just got away with some raggedy, obvious, blatant cheating, but the other guys got caught. At least several of them got caught with them PEDs on the way in. I digress. Deontay Wilder could not fight Anthony Joshua, so he took the path of Luis Ortiz, who was the boogeyman nobody wanted to fight, and Tyson Fury, who was a retired fighter, but who had not retired, he was out of the sport at the time, but he's an undefeated fighter who beat Vladimir Klitschko, so he had claims on the belts. He had a outside claim on the belts that Anthony Joshua held at the time and holds now. So, but since AJ wouldn't fight him, Deontay Wilder had to go the other way, and he made a terrific lane for himself. In doing so, he cut a 50-50. He probably gave Luis Ortiz more money and more opportunities than he had to, and he gave Tyson Fury more money and more opportunities than he had to. He gave him the original fight, split it 50-50, had the second fight, split it 50-50, and then the third fight, I think now is going to be 60-40. It's 60-40 for whoever the winner is, right? But Deontay Wilder, who really was carrying all of those fights in the beginning, made those fights against those names. So because he couldn't get the fights that he wanted. I think that's the same thing for Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields wants a Cecilia Brækhus fight. She more than likely is not going to get the Cecilia Brækhus fight because Cecilia Brækhus has the Katie Taylor fight. Katie Taylor is smaller than Cecilia Brækhus. Her name, as far as what Matchroom and DAZN, the contract will probably allow for Cecilia Brækhus to get as much money fighting Katie Taylor as she would get fighting Claressa Shields. So it's tough for her to get that fight. Plus she can't move down any further from 140. She shouldn't move down from 150 to 154 to 147. So that fight is going to be tough. But a fight with Laila Ali is like a Christmas present because Laila Ali's name is already bigger than Cecilia Brækhus's. Her name and her reputation in the boxing world is already bigger than Katie Taylor's is. And she's got the biggest name. She is the possessor of the biggest name in boxing history. And that's her father, Muhammad Ali. And that's what actually made Laila Ali so popular and such a big deal when she came out and fight. Now, Laila Ali is a very, very good fighter. She performed very well in her fight. She's definitely a very talented athlete for sure. Laila Ali, but she ain't fought in 10 years. I don't know how long it's been since she's fought. It seems like it's been 10 years. I think that she was fighting in the early 2000s, but it's been a long time. She's over 40 years old, but her name is still there. She's as well known as any other fighter, but she brings all that to Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields obviously brings something to Laila Ali because Claressa Shields can reasonably be considered the best fighter in all of women's fighting. And I think that's fair to say. I think there's a chance that Cecilia Brækhus can beat her, but I think there's a chance of that, but it's not so far out of it's just not out of the realm of possibility that Claressa Shields can beat her because she's bigger. She's got 2 Olympic gold medals, and she's just she's a technically sound fighter, aggressive fighter, and so I think she has the ability for sure to beat anybody in boxing that isn't named Cecilia Brækhus. Let me put it that way, and a good chance to beat Cecilia Brækhus. But that in of itself, she's bringing the interest. She's bringing the current interest to the fight. The person that is going to bring the crossover appeal to the fight is going to be Laila Ali. So I don't believe that Laila Ali is the A side or on Claressa Shields, or that Claressa Shields should be the A side on Laila Ali. I think that they should work together like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury did, and without the the sleight of hand crap that came from Tyson Fury in that last fight. But they work together. They're both in situations where they both can make a lot of money. I know that Laila Ali has stayed a personality, and she's stays working. I think she's doing from what I can see, she's doing very, very well in life as a motivational speaker. She's also doing commercials and all of that stuff. But in order to make that big, like the biggest fight in women's history, that could easily be the biggest fight in women's history between Laila Ali and Claressa Shields. I heavily favor Claressa Shields to win that fight. Like heavily favor Claressa Shields to make that fight. But with enough money on the table, Laila Ali probably could be enticed to get out there and grab that money. She could take, one fight and then jump. She probably shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 fights because she don't want to get exposed, right? And lose interest for the fight. But if she jumped out there, 2-minute round, 10 2-minute rounds, or is it 12 2-minute rounds. You would probably have to have the fight at 168 pounds. That would make a lot of money for Claressa Shields. If Claressa Shields is able to dominate Laila Ali, then Claressa Shields then becomes what the end all and be all in women's boxing. And then nobody really can avoid trying to fight her, man. Every fight she has is big money for whoever it is who wants to fight her. I think also one thing, I didn't criticize Claressa Shields for this, but I did notice this, that her numbers on Showtime, it kind of chipped away. I think it's gone down the last 3 fights. Not by a huge amount, but it's gone down, man, because I think the initial, she's doing very, very well. Don't get me wrong. She's doing very, very well in her numbers, especially for a female fighter, because the fact that she's headlining cards on a major network on Showtime, that tells you that, man, that she really does have, a big foot in the boxing market. I just think for her to get where she wants to be, like with the whole greatest woman of all time and all that Laila Ali is the way to get there. And I don't believe that she should be penny wise and pound foolish. The only fight Laila Ali is going to have is going to be a fight with Claressa Shields. That's it, because Claressa Shields is the only one that's close enough to her size. I do believe Laila Ali is bigger than Claressa Shields, but that's somebody that's closer to her size and somebody that has that big name at this stage in her life for her to get that one big last paycheck. Nobody fits that profile better for Laila Ali than Claressa Shields, and nobody fits what gives Claressa Shields what she needs more than Laila Ali. I think as far as the boxing match, Laila Ali is going to win that fight. I don't even know really if it's going to be competitive, but if it's not, that's even better for Claressa Shields. If it's not competitive, then she'll say, hey, I destroyed Laila Ali, I'm the GOAT, and she can go off into the sunset, whoop 10, 11 more girls, go off into the sunset with that big money, because she might actually get as much money messing around with Laila Ali as if they promote it right, as she could get fighting Amanda Nunes, but she wouldn't have to change sports. She wouldn't have to give up all those advantages to Amanda Nunes, and doesn't have much of a chance of getting seriously hurt like she would against an Amanda Nunes in an MMA fight, because Amanda Nunes is already making good money. She's not coming to boxing. So anyway, that's my take on it. I don't think there is an A-side between these two. And even if there was an A-side and that A-side was Claressa Shields, I still think for her, she should try to do everything she can to make that fight happen, even if it means 50-50. Okay, yeah, you want the money? Cool, 50-50. Shoot, 50-50, 50% of a fight that generates $5 million is still a lot more than 80% of one that generates $1, So get that money, man. Get that money. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Shout out to Claressa T-Rex, the real deal GOAT, and Laila Ali. And with that, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'm out. Peace.